Hello everyone, Jackson Borges here, coming to you from All Saints Episcopal Church here in beautiful downtown Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to this week's Stay-at-Home Recital. This week's recital is a special one in a couple of ways. Not only would it have started our summer organ recital series this year, featuring wonderful artists from our immediate area and abroad, but it is also special in that it commemorates a very special event for a very special person here in the life of our parish. And it requires just a little bit of a backstory. Since this recital will be shown on Thursday, the 25th of June, we thought it would be a nice time to remember one of our favorite parishioners. On June 25th in 1966, a young woman named Susan Shuttleworth married a young man named Warren Phillips Jr., and she became Susan Phillips. Susan Phillips is better known and very well loved by us here at All Saints and St. George's as Deacon Susan. And I thought it would be a great way to honor her by playing a recital not only dedicated to her, but also to feature music that was played at her wedding, which was held at St. Mark's Methodist Episcopal Church in Frankfort, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. So today, featuring all music from Susan's and Warren's wedding, we begin with their processional, which is the trumpet tune in D major by Henry Purcell. For Susan and Warren's wedding was named Beverly Davis. And I was very honored to be able to take a look at the list of music that Miss Davis played at Susan and Warren's wedding. And she had access to some music by some of the finest composers, not only around, but certainly in the area of Philadelphia. One of which actually has a connection to me, and that is the composer Robert Elmore. Robert Elmore held a variety of positions in Philadelphia area as organist and choirmaster at Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Rittenhouse Square, as well as Central Moravian Church in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as well as others. And he was, for a time, the organist for the Philadelphia Orchestra, as well as a virtuosic concert organist and phenomenal composer, whose music bears a lot of hallmarks of jazz harmonies and varieties of color. We're going to hear a work by Elmore that is not heard very often, though it really should be, and that is the piece entitled Autumn Song, which he wrote for his sister Rachel. And it shows a wide variety of color, as well as those wonderful jazz harmonies that we find so much in Elmore's music. So enjoy this Autumn Song by Robert Elmore. I had a lot of fun putting this program together today, and part of that has been coming into contact and getting to know music I didn't know before. And this piece is one of those. It is called Jubilate Deo, and it is written by Alfred J. Silver. Unfortunately, I couldn't find much information on Mr. Silver, except that he did dedicate this piece to Dr. William C. Carl, who was an organist in New York who founded the Guillemot Organ School, named after the French composer Alexandre Guillemot, which trained many fine organists that we experienced in the United States. It's a very festive work. It is sectional, has an opening section, a middle slow section, and then a bit of a repeat of the A section from the beginning. So enjoy this piece, which is subtitled A Piece for Opening or Closing, though we're using it for the middle, where it is also appropriate. And this is the Jubilate Deo of Alfred J. Silver. The next piece is written by a composer named Hugh McAmis. Hugh was born in Texas and found his way to New York eventually, and was a very well-known and respected composer, organist, and choir master, though he died very young from what doctors called a mysterious kidney ailment, which may have been exacerbated by his basic training when he was inducted into the armed services. He wrote a few pieces of music, but this piece, entitled Dreams, is probably synonymous with his name. It's very beautiful, very soft and romantic, and features the chimes of the organ at the end. So enjoy this beautiful romantic work entitled Dreams by Hugh McAmis. from the music of Hugh, McAmis, we go back to another trumpet voluntary, which is often heard for weddings, and that is the trumpet tune in D major by Jeremiah Clarke, which is often attributed to Henry Purcell and is better known as the Prince of Denmark's March. From the music of Jeremiah Clarke, we stay in Europe in the British Isles and turn now to the music of Percy Whitlock. Percy Whitlock had a very, very fine career, even though he died in his early 40s. Most of his music was kind of lighter in characteristic, though featuring many beautiful jazz harmonies, as he was also an accomplished theater organist. But he did write some very, very serious works, including a symphony for organ and orchestra, a giant organ sonata in C minor, and what has become probably synonymous with the name Percy Whitlock is his work entitled The Plymouth Suite. However, we're going to hear a piece from his 4 extemporizations entitled Fidelis, and it features those beautiful warm colors and lush harmonies that Whitlock was famous for. Enjoy Fidelis by Percy Whitlock. beautiful, beautiful piece by Percy Whitlock. And now, my friends, we find ourselves at the end of this week's program. I am delighted that you joined us this week, and it has been my honor and pleasure to present this, not only our first summer organ recital, but also to dedicate this to our very well-loved Deacon Susan Phillips. Susan Phillips is one of the loveliest, most genuine people you will ever want to meet, and she is a tireless worker, not only serving the people of this parish, but also serving the needs of those who deal with mental health issues, not only in our diocese here of Delaware, but certainly on the national level of the Episcopal Church, the state of Delaware, and the country that we live in. She is a tireless advocate for those who suffer from mental illnesses of just about every kind, and we love her very much. And it has been my honor and pleasure to dedicate this recital to Deacon Susan Phillips on the anniversary of her wedding. So thank you, my friends, for joining us. We close today with the recessional from Susan and Warren's wedding, the Rigodon by André Campra. I invite you to join us again right here at All Saints next week for the next installment of our summer organ recital series. Stay well, stay healthy, and stay safe, my friends, and we look forward to seeing you next week.